What's going on, everybody? It's Bryant with Game Day Gaming, and I am coming at you with a new video on PS5. I am going to be I'm going to be doing an online Dynasty rebuild, and the team that I've chosen is UNLV out here in Las Vegas, Nevada. So super excited about that. Excited to dive in, go a little bit deeper. And today we're going to be just going through the preseason. So we'll be looking at recruiting, scouting. We'll be looking at some of our coach skills. We will be looking at our, preseason top 25 depth chart, red shirts, all of that good stuff. So I'm going to go through that. Appreciate you joining and tuning in. I will be doing hopefully a full season of this. So yeah, let's just get into it. And I think I'll do recruiting last. So I already went through, and there are several positions that we need on both sides of the ball. So this is going to be an interesting season. It's going to be challenging, but UNLV runs. We can go ahead and look at our scheme and playbook here. So we're going to be running a multiple offense and then a 3-2-6 defense, which is essentially a dollar defense. So we're going to have 6 DBs on the field at one time. It's going to be really interesting. So you can read right here, the 3-2-6 takes the 3-4's adjustment of swapping a defensive lineman for a linebacker and takes it even further by adding 2 extra DBs to the mix instead. So very pass heavy friendly. So hopefully we have a lot of speed on the field as well. And then of course the multiple style of offense is just a variety of different offensive schemes and such. So first and foremost, let's look at the coach abilities. So as you can see here, we have chosen to be the recruiter. So typically with a lower tier team, I like to focus on recruiting because they struggle to get good players. So that's what I'm going to focus on. Tactician could be a good one as well, or motivator, depending on what you want to do. But I'm going to go with recruiter here. So I have 5 points to go ahead and dump in. I will go ahead and tell you we need 10 DBs. We need 4 corners, 4 strong safeties, and 2 free safeties. So that's our highest position of need is going to be DB. So we're definitely going to go ahead and try to pour all of our points into DBs at first. So that's what we're going to do. So this will allow defensive backs to get fully scouted at a quicker pace, which will be great. So our offensive coordinator is also focused on recruiting as well, and they're an elite recruiter, which should help us a little bit. And then our defensive coordinator is a master motivator. So, all right, let's see here. Let's go ahead and let's do our red shirts first. And this can kind of give you a preview of the roster. So starting off, you can see here we have several different quarterbacks that could play. I mean, between these 4 guys, any one of these guys could play. Now, what I will go ahead and tell you is that my plan is to play Cameron Friel. This guy here, he is a redshirt senior, so he's got more experience. He's also faster, more acceleration. Awareness isn't quite as good. Ball carrier vision is better. He's a much better runner, as you can see here. Throw power rating of 91, which is the same as that guy above us. Short accuracy is better. Medium accuracy is about the same. Deep throw accuracy a little bit worse. He can throw on the run better. Throw under pressure is not quite as good, but he can break sacks. He has a great play action as well. So we're going to start him. He's also 6'3", 230. This guy is 6'5", 234. My plan is to have O'Neal be our backup to start, and we'll just kind of see how this goes. I'm going to leave Fernandez as the 3rd stringer. He's a true sophomore, so I'm not going to redshirt him. And then we have this guy here. Not going to redshirt him, obviously, because he can't be redshirted, but he does have some really good physical abilities, so we'll keep that in mind. And he's not too far off from some of these guys. So mobile resistance, option king, and off platform. I mean, let's actually take a look at this guy. I mean, he's a little bit faster, actually, than Friel. But again, I like to put some experience up there. So let's take a look at their abilities. Same throwing power, not quite as good in the accuracy department. Better throw on the run, way better. The best throw under pressure, actually. pretty good break sack, but play action is awful. And we're going to try to run the ball some. So uh, I I could make him my number 2 guy. We'll just have to see. It might be a little quarterback battle between O'Neal and Marotra. But we are going to redshirt Ochoa. He is a true freshman, 6'6" overall, so we'll redshirt him. Let's take a look at our running backs. We'll be using our running backs quite often. So I'm actually going to redshirt both of these guys. They're both kind of, decent speed, but I'll have 4 backs. This guy is a senior. He's got he's definitely a power back for sure. But he's super slow. So I want a little bit more speed than that. I'd like them to be at least 86 or better, to be quite honest. So this will be Jaden Thomas. Michael Allen will be our 2 primary backs. So we'll be using these guys pretty heavily, but we'll redshirt these guys. We have no fullbacks. We're not going to be running with any fullbacks. We have a ton of wide receivers, but it would be nice to get at least one more wide receiver. We're going to be losing 3 guys here after the season. So I'm not redshirting any of these top 4 guys. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We got 10. So I'll redshirt these. I'll actually redshirt this guy. Let's see who's bigger. We're going to redshirt him for sure. Him. And then let's just redshirt the freshman. So we'll let Bolden be our number 7 guy down there. Tight ends, we have a few good tight ends. We have 2 seniors, and this guy's a junior. I could redshirt both of these guys, and a matter of fact, I think I am. I want to redshirt both of these guys. So we're going to have 3 senior tight ends. We're going to definitely need at least 1 more tight end next year. Left tackles were pretty solid there. 73 overall is our starter. Not too great. Again, we're UNLV. We're a decent team, but our defense is a little bit better than our offense. As you can see up there, we have a 79 offense, 81 defense. So we're going to redshirt this left guard. We're pretty deep at left guard. Center, I only need really 2, so we'll redshirt this true freshman. This guy's a senior. Oh, man, I'm probably just going to... I'm not going to redshirt any seniors. I'm going to let him go. So we'll let the right guard go. Right tackle, we'll redshirt him. He's pretty terrible. I can't imagine he's going to play at any point on our team, but we'll see. Left end, so this guy is a senior. What's our right end? Yeah, so I think I'm probably going to start Dixon at right end because he's going to be a better player overall. So I'm not going to redshirt Doyle. We're going to keep these seniors here. So we're definitely going to need a couple of, I think we're going to need 5 defensive ends. So we're losing 1, 2, 3, 4 defensive ends. Yeah, we're going to need 5 defensive ends for next year. So that's going to be a big emphasis there. Now we have 3 defensive tackles. 3 or 4 of them are senior. We have 3 senior defensive tackles. They're all 75 overall, and they're all kind of similar. They all have the recoup physical ability. I'm going to redshirt these 2 freshmen. We have 4 seniors. I'm just not going to touch these guys. Again, I don't want to redshirt these players. They could all start or play, so we need some guys rotating. I'm not going to redshirt this backup junior at left outside linebacker, but we have a 77 overall. So at left end, we have 79, and then we'll start the other guy here, 76. Whitmore's a 75, and then we have Martinson and Webb, all 75. Left outside linebacker, we have Jet Elad. That's a pretty sweet name. Middle linebacker is going to be he's going to be a strong player for us. So we're going to redshirt this guy and keep these 4 because we're going to have more linebackers on the field. Right outside linebacker. I'm probably going to redshirt Mooney and this guy's a true junior. He probably won't play a whole lot, but we'll see. But we got McDuffie's going to be our starter, so that'll be a good player. And then we actually have a couple of decent corners, 83 and 81. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 7 corners. So let's redshirt this true freshman. I'm going to keep this guy here untouched. Let's redshirt these 2 guys. In this guy, Jalen Catalone, he's going to be one of our better players. So that's, we're going to really need to lean on our free safety now. We're going to have more DBs on the field, but I'm going to go ahead and redshirt this guy as well. So now we have 3 strong safeties, 3 free safeties, and then we're going to have 6 corners. So hopefully that's enough DBs. If not, we can always burn red shirts. Kicker's a true freshman. Punter's a junior, redshirt junior. Our impact players, this guy is definitely our best player on the team, Ricky White. He is an incredible wide receiver, so we really need to feature him a lot. free safety, he's pretty solid. Right tackle, you can see our cornerback here. Cameron Oliver is another impact player. And so right off the jump, um, yeah, I think we're done with our red shirts. Let's go ahead and back out and we'll go to our depth chart. Actually, first, let's view our roster. So one thing you can do in this game is you can look at player cards. So you can click here, press triangle on PlayStation to view player cards. Now, you can set players as captains in this game. I actually don't know what the significance of a captain is in this game, or if it gives them more perks or what have you, but you can take a look at all of the different abilities and ratings. So here's your mental abilities, which this guy has none. He does have an opportunity to get some physical abilities, but so far nothing. You can take a look at their health, which is their wear and tear and risk of injury. You can view them in the depth chart. You can take a look at their stats. You can edit the players, like their equipment and such, and then you can set them as a captain. Now, since our quarterbacks are all pretty similar, ideally I want to put a quarterback as my captain. So I think I'm going to put Cameron Friel as our captain, one of our captains on offense. So we're going to go ahead and make him a captain. All right, so he is a captain. You can see that little exclamation point right there underneath UNLV. That signifies he is a captain. So he'll be a captain for us. And then I also want this receiver to be a captain. Obviously, he is the best player on our entire team. So he is an important player. We need to make sure he gets a special status. So you can see he has the star under his name. His development trait is impact, which means he develops faster than the normal rate. He does have a deal breaker, but that's not going to matter because he's a senior, and then of course he is a captain. So I want at least 2 captains on offense and at least 2 captains on defense. It's sort of my ideal. So let's just go through these guys again, take a look, see who we want to assign as captain. Ideally, I probably will want to, yes, make my linebacker, probably the middle linebacker, and then this free safety. They will be my impact players. So he's a redshirt senior, which is perfect. That's somebody that has experience, and yeah, it will definitely give him that captain status. Okay. And then, let's see here, okay, let's go to that free safety. We will definitely make him a captain as well. Jalen Catalon, again, second best player on our team. Pretty significant. Make him a captain. All right, so that's our captains. Now, I'm not going to touch any of the equipment at this time. I could spend tons of time, so I can do that off camera. But that's what we're rocking with. So now let's go look at the depth chart. And let's make sure everything's aligned how we want it to look. So again, we're going to put Friel as our starting quarterback. He is our captain. We're going to have O'Neal as our backup. And then I actually want Marotra to be our third string guy. Okay. Halfback. This is looking pretty good to me. We'll just keep that rotation. We'll have Jaden Thompson as our starter and Allen as our backup. These 2 guys will be rotating a lot, though, so they'll both be getting touches. Fullback, we don't really got to worry about that. Wide receiver, of course, we want to keep that as is. Let's see. Yeah, that looks good to me. Definitely, obviously, want Ricky White the third in there, and I'm really excited to use this guy. I've labbed with him a little bit. He's a stud. So we're gonna keep him there. Tight ends looks pretty sweet. This guy's just so bad at tight end, but we are limited there, and I really don't want to put an offensive lineman there. But that is something we can consider because some of these OL are much better than Walker Harden. Left tackle, see it in Dynasty for whatever reason it flips the tackles, which is fine. They're going to play those positions regardless, but it does kind of irk me a little bit. Which it didn't do that. It did that on the tackles, but not the guards. So that actually looks fine. Yep, this guy's a decent center for us, so he's going to be kind of the center of our offensive lineman here, and this right tackle obviously is really, really great. Okay, so let's take a look at our ends. Okay, so as I said, I want Doyle to be starting here at left end, and then Dixon I wanted starting at right end. So that depth chart's already organized the way I want it, which is perfect. I actually want him to be here as the backup. Now let's take a look at right end. We'll put a base here. Actually, let's go. Let's actually put Conley Jr. there. All right, defensive tackles again. I mean, take your pick, right? Like all of these guys are incredible. We have a run stopper, power rusher, and run stopper tendency. So if you look on the right side of the player card over there, so all of these guys, I mean, look at all these seniors. The defensive tackle is going to be hurting. Our defensive line is going to need a complete overhaul next year, and as well as a lot of our DBs. So we can take a look at some of their stats. So his strength is 90, power moves 81, finesse moves. He's actually tackle is about the same, power moves really close. I think I'm going to put Martinson as our number one guy, even though that's not going to matter a whole lot. Okay, left of the linebacker. So again, it flips the linebackers here. So let's see if the right. Yeah, that's fine. Again, it just flips them. Those guys are properly starting, so that's not a big deal. Middle linebackers look pretty good. We have our captain here in Woodard, so that's great. Let's take a look at our cornerbacks. Corners are looking good. The speed is, I would love them in the 90s, but I mean, for the team that we are, that's not terrible. 5'10", 6', 6'1", 6'1", 6'1". So 6'1" is a pretty good height, and this guy is really, really great. He's got blanket coverage, jammer, house call, ball hawk, and knockout physical abilities. So again, senior, senior, senior. See, he has a couple of mental abilities that I think gives him an edge over Moten here, which they'll all probably be on the field anyways. Free safety, yep, got to start this guy, no doubt. So we're good there. His speed's pretty good. 5'11", 205. This guy's really big, 6'3", 210. I like that size. He does have a deal breaker though, which is playing time, but we're good on that. And strong safeties, looking pretty good here too. Kicker, that's our kicker. We'll keep him there. That's our punter. So now kickoff returners, let's see. Yep, number 4, that's our number 2 running back, so we will keep him there. This is one of our backup wide receivers. That also looks fine. De Jesus. We could probably put him actually at maybe punt returner. Yeah. Oh, perfect. Great. It literally has it organized how I would. Perfect. Yeah, that looks great. So kickoff, yep, our punter has the stronger leg. That's who I wanted at kickoff. That's our starting center. We'll just keep him as a long snapper. Our third down back, yep, that's great. That's our number 2 running back. That's our number 3 running back. That's how I want it. Power back is going to be Kylan James, and he is a power back. He's a workhorse. Now, he's very slow, but this dude he's a beast. So we're going to keep him there. That's great. Our slot wide receiver, that is perfect. He has pretty good speed, some of the best speed on our team at wide receiver, so that also works for me. This is going to be our relief left end. Yep, that looks great. Relief right end. We actually have a linebacker there, 6'1", 235. He's one of our. Ooh, I want that there. Let's see, 6'4", 250, 6'1", 235. See, he's got the quick jump and takedown abilities. Again, I think that's going to give him the edge over this right end, so that's perfect. Defensive tackle, we have an end here. He's actually better than these DTs, and yeah, that is also fine with me. Jalen Dixon. Sub linebacker, Woodard, he's our captain. I actually think I want Elad to be here. He's got better speed, so we're going to do that. Slot corner. I want Chavis. He's a little, well, let's see who's got the better coverage. Yeah, let's put Chavis there. He's got a little bit better coverage. He's also a senior. Now this guy, he could be a stud for us in the future. All right, so that is our depth chart. We'll see how this goes, but I think I like that setup. Okay, so coach contract. So I did sign the contract with UNLV, as you can see. Bryant Abbott, that is my name. Our only objective is to win 4 games. So we are playing against other users in this, so this will be really interesting. But as you can see, UNLV, I think I counted, they've won like 50 games or something in the last 20 years. I mean, they have just been historically pitiful. Like, look at this, two win seasons, 7-6 season, bowl eligible. They didn't win a bowl. As you can see, they have not won a bowl game in at least the last 20 years. And their best season was last year. So they're coming off of they're actually even improving. 2021 was terrible. Actually, 2020, 0-6. 2021, 2-10, a little bit better. 2022, 5-7, a little bit better, not bowl eligible. And then 2023, 9-5, really the best season they've had in the last 20 years. So they have a good roster. They have a good team. It's just a matter of can we put that production on the field. So hopefully we can, and we'll see how it goes. But I'm excited to run with them. I wanted a team out west, um, and I don't know, UNLV, they play in the Raiders Stadium, so it's a cool stadium to play in for a college football team, and I'm pretty pumped to play with these guys. We can take a look. Here's the preseason top 25. I'm not going to click on it because you can see it right here. Now, we obviously are not even close to touching this. I'm playing in a 2-star and below online dynasty with a group at the Gaming Tailgate. So check them out, the Gaming Tailgate. They have a podcast. They have a website. They are on Twitter. They have, I don't know, a few thousand subscribers on YouTube. They're really good group of guys that are diehard college football fans. They've been doing this, back in the day when NCAA 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, whatever, all those games, they were getting invited down there to EA, and they've done a lot of really solid work. So I'm playing in a dynasty with those guys, so I'm pretty pumped about that. It's going to be a ton of fun. And yeah, they're just passionate about it. So like I said, the Gaming Tailgate, be sure to take a look at them. Conference standings. We can click on this, see kind of where we are. We're in the Mountain West Conference. So right now we're number 2 predicted. I don't know if they've just organized that a certain way, but right now we're number 2. Boise State obviously are the favorites. Fresno State is a pretty solid team, as you can see, 81. I mean, overall, San Diego State, there's another user with San Diego State in here, so that'll be a challenge. Colorado State is severely underrated. They have one of the best players in the game in their wide receiver, Horton. He's a stud. I ran a brief dynasty with them, just testing some things out. But Boise State, UNLV, San Jose State, Fresno State, Utah State, Colorado State, Nevada, San Diego State, all really solid teams in the Mountain West. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, and preseason All-Americans, I don't know if we have anybody. We're not going to look at the national. Let's look at the Mountain West, see if we have anybody on here. So we do. Ricky White, the third, our wide receiver. He is, I would say, pretty elite for the conference. So he is first team preseason All-American. And then our right tackle, Tiger Shanks. Oh man, what a name, Tiger Shanks. He's really good. He is a first team preseason All-Conference. And then Jet Elad, again, first team preseason all conference. Let's take a look at the preseason second team all conference. And our punter, he is a redshirt junior as well. So he's actually a pretty good punter. So that hopefully we can, kickers and punters, people don't pay too much attention to them, but a punter can flip the field and you can gain field position because of that. So we need some good punts. All right. So that's a look there. Now, what we're going to do next is we're going to obviously get into the meat and potatoes. This is what I love. So let's get into recruiting. Let's see what our options are. We have 500 hours to work with. We have 35 scholarships we can work with, and we can put 35 targets on the board. We'll see if we'll be able to do that with so little hours. But one of the first things I want to do, let's just go to top prospects. I just want to see if there's any 4-stars or anything interested. And we do have a couple of 4-stars interested. So we have a 4-star athlete, Dexter German. He is a quarterback tendency, so we're going to add him. He's a 4-star. We also got Sonny Rich, 6'1", 170. He is really good running routes, so we're also going to add that guy. So that's what I like to see. So it would be great to get those because I will say, so let's take a look at our team needs here. So I need 1 quarterback, 1 running back, a fullback, which we're not going to fill that position because we don't really utilize it. 1 wide receiver, a tight end. Now we're going to need 4 offensive tackles, which is going to be interesting, and we're going to need 3 offensive guards, so we need to pay attention to that. We won't need a kicker and punter. We got guys there, so we're good. Now we're going to need 5 defensive ends, 2 defensive tackles. The defensive line is going to be a huge emphasis for me. We're going to need just 1 middle linebacker, 2 outside linebackers, and then look at the DBs here. 4, 2, and 4. We need 10 DBs. I'm going to be quite honest, that's going to be really, really hard to do. But hopefully through the high school recruiting and the transfer portal, we can fill some of those positions. I would love to at least fill half of those, at least get a couple of corners, a couple of strong safeties, and a free safety. But we'll see how it goes. It's going to be quite the challenge. Also, UNLV is not a particularly strong recruiting hotbed, and I knew that going into this. I could have chose someone else in Texas or what have you, but we do have a pipeline in Southern California, and it's actually our best pipeline. So California is a hotbed for recruits, especially quarterbacks, but we'll see what we can get here. So right now I'm under the recommended tab. I'm going to go to 4-star prospects. Again, I just want to see if there's any 4-star interested outside. And there is a right guard. So that's really encouraging. Now he's got his 10th, but we'll throw him on the board, and it can't hurt to try to go after those. As the season progresses, and if I'm able to identify some players that I can recruit with no scholarship offers, I'll try to find those guys, but it's going to be much more challenging because they have made the recruiting a little bit more difficult with the most recent update and patch. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, so yeah, I can't imagine there's one 5-star that's interested in us. I didn't think so. Now we're gonna have a lot of 3-star prospects interested in us. So one thing I like to do with a team like this starting out is I want to go ahead and find people that have me first and try to go after those. So with middle linebacker Dave Norris, 6'2", 232. I like that. He's ranked 471 nationally, so we'll go ahead and add him to the board. And we have a cornerback that's 5'11", 181 with a man-to-man tendency. Now he's number 2 in the state of Nevada, which doesn't say a whole lot, but we'll go ahead and add him to the board because he's got us first. Got a couple JUCOs. Let's actually go to California as well. Now we have a lot of Cali boys up in here that are interested. So we got this guy, Seth Shaw, has us first, 6'2", 223 field general. He's a 3-star. We'll add him. We do need a wide receiver. Now he is really tiny, man. He could be a great returner. He'd also be a really good slot guy. So I will add him. We don't need a punter, so we're not going to look at that. This guy's an athlete. Looks like he could either be a linebacker or a defensive line. So I'm going to add him because we're going to need defensive line. So I would love to try to get him on the DL. And then strong safety, 5'11", 210. Yeah, he's got us first. So we're obviously going to add this guy. Okay, so now let's go by position. Let's just see. Sorry about that, guys. Let's take a look. Okay, let's see. All right. Let's just go position by position. We're not going to do top prospects, but yeah, that works. There's our quarterbacks here. So we'll do this by rating. Nobody's interested there. How about this? Let's go to recommended because that's going to put a lot of the interested prospects on our board. And then let's sort this by ranking. So now we can take a look at what quarterbacks are interested in us that we probably have a realistic chance to get. Now, this guy is ranked 631 in the country. He is from Southern California, 6'4", 196. I really like his size. Let's go ahead and add him to the board. He's got a second. So we do need one quarterback. We need one running back. So let's take a look here. We've got a bunch of 3-stars. I'd love to just get 3 stars and above, but man, I'll tell you what, it's going to be really challenging because we're not a great team, but I really want to try to get 3 stars and above if I can help it. We have an elusive back here, so that is good to know. 5'11", 170, number 453. Yeah, I like this guy. He's in Utah. That's one of our pipelines. I'm trying to see if there's anybody with a little bit more size, but a lot of these guys are not too big. So we only need one running back. So let's just move on. We don't need any fullbacks. Let's go to wide receivers. Again, we don't need a ton of wide receivers either. I would love to get a big, tall wide receiver like this guy right here, 6'5", Inechukwu. That's Hawaii. So Inechukwu. 6'5", 193, and he is a physical. That is exact. Yeah, that's what I want right there. That is. I would love to get this guy. He's got great size. I also really like this athlete. 6'5", 209. I'm gonna add him on the board as well. Yeah, that's great. Okay. Only need one receiver. Only need one tight end. Let's see if we can get a big 6'6", 235. His weight isn't massive, but man, he's got great height and he's a vertical threat. See if there's anybody else here. Now this guy's a blocking tight end. I want to use my tight ends in the pass game. So we got 6'5", 230, 6'5", 241. I like this guy, Pierre. Where's he at? 6'6", 235. Yes, sir. Tyler Valdez. Let's go ahead and add him to the board. So we got 14 prospects on the board. Now, offensive line, this is where we have such a heavy need. It's a little stressful to think about, but okay, so 6'4", 304. He's agile. We'll add him. Let's see if anybody's got us first. No, they do not. Okay, sort it by ranking again. This guy's not interested in us. I'm not even going to look at him. He's also a JUCO. 6'6", 290 pass protector. Yep. 6'4", 313. Sure, we'll do that. He's also got a second. 6'5", 281. I actually would like a little bit more size. I like this guy, 6'6", 303. So that's 4 offensive tackles. We need 4, but I want to add this guy, 6'7", 289. He's not over 300 pounds, but he's 6'7". I like him. He's a pass protector. That's great. He could be on the backside. So, awesome. Now we need 3 guards. So this guy's 6'1", 307. He's getting recruited and has already been offered by San Diego State, and San Diego State has him first. So that's gonna be tough to get him. And apparently Jesus Free also has San Diego State first. See if anybody's got us first here. Nope, they don't. Sort it again by ranking. I might pass on these 2 guys, to be quite honest with you. I could add them, but it's going to be tough competition. Let's see what we're right. This guy, 6'5", 324. Love that. 6'3", 327. Also got a second. 6'4", 297. He's from California. That's pretty nice. This guy's kind of small. I say small. He's 287 pounds. Let's add this California guy. You know what? Let's add both of these guys anyways. We'll try to go after them, but I want to add. I think we'll be fine there. We got 23. Now you know what? No. Let's take these 2 guys off because we've got a ton of DBs and defensive linemen we got to go after. So let's go down here to defensive end. He's getting recruited by Kansas State. 6'6", 260. San Diego State's not looking at him yet, so I'm going to add him. San Diego State's not going after this guy either. 6'5", 270. Yeah, we need, 5 defensive ends? 6'4", 268. 6'3", 261. 6'4", 250. 6'3", 261. Wait, this guy's got us first. Let's go ahead and add him. We might be able to get an instant commit. That's why I want to go after these guys that have us first if we can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Defensive tackles, we need a couple. We got 10 more spots. This guy's got us first. Now, he's a 2-star, but I'm going to add him because we might have a chance on that guy. Not a lot of defensive tackles. That looks okay. Let's go ahead and go to DBs first because we need a lot of DBs. Let's sort it by interest. Okay, not too much luck there. Okay, 6'1", 181. Yep, we'll add them. I mean, again, these are some of the best players. 6 foot, 191 slot tendency, man-to-man, 6'1", 191. I like these guys that are above 6 foot, some big physical corners. We're not going to go after this dude because he's getting recruited by San Diego State. Okay, that looks good. Let's take a look at free safety. 6'3", 202. Wait, let's look at this guy. Kowalski, 6 foot, 211. He's got his first. That's what I like to see. 5'11", 205. This guy's a run sport. Now I like him. That looks good. And strong safety. Gosh, we need 4 strong safeties, and we're not looking too good in that department. We do have 1 person on our board. Let's go ahead and add both of these guys here. All right, now our board is maxed out at the moment, so we can take a look at our board one more time here. As you can see, we're targeting 2 quarterbacks, 1 running back, 4 wide receivers, a tight end, 5 tackles, 3 guards. Defensively, we're targeting 5 defensive ends, 2 defensive tackles, and 2 middle linebackers. No outside linebackers, so we might have to look at that later. We got 5 corners, 2 free safeties, and 3 strong safeties. So pretty decent for what we're working with. Let's go to our recruiting board and sort this by interest. And I'm going to go ahead and offer scholarships to the guys that have us first, and maybe we can get some instant commits. Okay, not there. That's all right. Okay. Seth Shaw, somebody commit. That'd be awesome if we could get somebody off the jump here. Paul Thrash, wide receiver. But he's a small guy, but he's probably shifty. Levi Scotland Williamson, athlete. Okay. Strong safety, Clayton Alexander. No worries. Paul Cruz, a defensive end. Okay. We got Warren McTavish, 2-star defensive tackle. Nothing there. Free safety, we got Devin Kowalski. Didn't. Okay. And now, okay, so we're going to offer scholarships to everybody, I think, anyways. So we'll just go ahead and go through here. One quick way, if you want to offer scholarships to players pretty quickly, you can actually sort it by need scholarship, and then you can just, if you just know you're going to offer a bunch of people, just go through and just offer them all scholarships like this. Makes it really simple, and then we'll go through and scout some of these players. I'm going to scout the 2-star first because I want to make sure he's not a bust, because if it's a 2-star bust, then I'm not even going to go after the guy. Now, if he's a 2-star gem, that's going to make it really, really enticing to continue going after him. But, yeah, just going to keep going through and offering all these guys scholarships. So, pretty excited to start this dynasty. I think it's going to be great. I've been playing with this team a little bit to kind of get a feel for it, and we got a couple 4-stars. I'm definitely going to dump 50 points into those two guys. All right, so we have 325 points left out of the 500. Let's go ahead and sort it by rank. So, well, we can't. That's right. So in preseason, you can only scout and offer scholarships. So let me go back. Let me go back to national rank, and then I'll go all the way to the bottom. Let's go all the way to the bottom. Try to get these 2-stars. Scout it up. Make sure there's no busts there. Just that one guy. So Warren McTavish, defensive tackle. It's going to take a lot of points to scout this guy too. Okay, so that's not terrible. That's not terrible. I like it. We'll keep it there. Again, I'm going to scout. Let's first go to DBs, because that's where we have some of kind of an advantage. So let's go ahead and scout the DBs, because we'll have to use less points to scout them. And this guy's a 3-star gem, Mustafa, I'm sorry, Boenzi. He's like 4-star caliber, 92 speed, 6. Yeah, what's his zone? It's not up there. And he's got he's got a platinum ability, the natural. I like this guy. I really want to get this guy. He's got some good qualities about him that I like. He's kind of tall, and this guy's a bust. Oh gosh. He's got his first, though. I'll keep him on the board, but man, that does not excite me. He's 87 speed. Man coverage is not great. I am not thrilled about this. He does have a mental ability, but man, that's not great. A 3-star bust, and that means he's like 2-star caliber. So look at this guy, 84 speed. Oh man. How many DB corners I need? 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm taking it. This guy's just too slow. I can't keep him on the board. I can't do it. We're gonna add somebody else in his place. 92 speed. That's more like it. 87 speed I can do, but 84. Whew, that's slow. Devin Lobato. 91 speed. Okay. Man coverage is not great, but we'll work with that. All right, let's go to the free safeties here. All right, we got Trent. Now, he's a JUCO sophomore JUCO. He's a bust. 81 speed, which is terrible. I can't. 58, no. 60, no. Nope. We got to cut this guy off. Got to cut that guy off. That is awful. 91 speed, that's more like it. 75 man coverage. Okay, good. And he's a gem. There we go. Now, if we could get this guy, that'd be fantastic. He's like 4-star caliber. That's essentially what that means. So we'll see how that goes. Strong safety. It's actually, let me scout this guy that's got us first, just to see what we're rocking with here. He's a bust. Man, zone coverage is okay. Speed is 82, 5'11", 210. Oh, man. I'm going to keep this guy because we might be able to find a place for him. We'll see. Okay. 85 speed, 6'2", 206. That's fine. 80 zone is pretty decent for a 3-star guy. Okay, we got 5 points left. Let's go to our prospect list. We can add a couple more people. Let's just see who's got us first. Any players that are decent that have us first, that would be great. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm about to go hard. I'm gonna try to find one really solid guy. Like for example, this defensive tackle. Let's just go through here. Quarterback. Everett, he's a scrambler. Defensive tackle. Now some of these guys aren't even interested in us at all, but take a look at this. This guy, Alabama's a pipeline. Well, I selected it. That's so 6'2", 327. I'm going to try to go after this guy. I'm going to try to go after him pretty hard. We're going to go ahead and offer him a Scully. That's what I like to call them, scholarships. Well, can't hurt, right? Okay, so now I need to add one more player to our board. Let's see if there's any. Let's go to top prospects. Let's just search by interest one more time. Okay, let's go to pipelines and see what we're rocking with here. So we got a right outside linebacker that has us first out of Utah. We do need an outside linebacker, but let's take a look at these wide receivers. Route runner, no, we got enough wide receivers on the board already. But I do like this outside linebacker. Now we need two, and we do need to recruit an outside linebacker. So 6'4", 232, I like his size. Jason Ferrario, that's a pretty sweet name. Let's go ahead and throw him on the board. Okay, so our board is full. We are locked and loaded and ready to go. We're going after a few 4-stars, 1 5-star just to see what happens, and a ton of 3-stars and 1 2-star. So I'm liking what I'm seeing. We definitely got an uphill battle. So we'll see. Let's take a look at the top class to see if anybody has any signings. Take a look at this. Look at this junk. San Diego State's already signed 2 2-stars. Florida International signed a 3-star. Arkansas State had a 3-star commitment. Absolutely ridiculous. Halfback, quarterback, halfback, and a deep stack. Wow. All right. So that's what we're competing with. Should be fun. But that is it. I am ready to advance. We are. What just happened? Oh. Oh, well, the video is not done yet, friends. I didn't realize. Okay, so let's continue. So we got preseason and we got week 0. I guess it automatically does it when everybody's readied up, which is really awesome. I didn't know it did that. So let me edit my video here. Let's see. We'll take a look at that later. So, okay. So since we're in here, this is week 0. We've already looked at all of this. I'm not going to take a look at auto subs or anything. Nothing to look at there. But we can look at is we can take a look at the Heisman watch. So this is just your standard players: Ollie Gordon, Shador Sanders, Quinshon Judkins, Travis Hunter, and Carson Beck. Those are your Heisman favorites. And scores and schedules. Actually, let's look at team schedules. So let's take a look at our schedule. So week 0, we have a bye. But next week, our first game is going to be against Houston at Houston. Then we're going to take on FCS Midwest. Then we'll be at Kansas. That's going to be a really tough game. Then we have a week 4 bye. Then we'll take on Fresno State, Syracuse, at Utah State, at Oregon State. That'll be tough. Versus Boise State. That'll be tough. We got a week 10 bye at Hawaii. That should be fun. Looks like we got a rivalry trophy to compete against on that one. And then we'll play the user game against San Diego State. And we play at San Jose State. And finally, we'll cap it off with Nevada at home for our rivalry game there. So should be a lot of fun there. Now, Let's go ahead and take a look at our recruiting. So we'll go ahead and get in here. Now, this is our progress. So let's sort this by national ranking and kind of see. Well, let's sort it by interest. Let's see if we've climbed up on anyone. So it looks like this player's not even being touched, so we can just throw 10 on him. That's what I'm going to do. Let's see here. This guy's a bust. Oh, gosh, I'll throw 10 on him as well. We are competing with Ohio. So that 5-star, let's actually find him. We are probably not going to get this guy. I mean, look at all the guys going after him. Let's take a look at the prospect list. We might drop that defensive tackle. Let's go to our 5-stars. I just want to see if there's any 5-stars that aren't being recruited. That defensive tackle is being pursued heavily. So let's just go ahead and let's take him off the board. That running back or that quarterback's being pursued pretty heavily. That defensive tackle is they're going after him hard. So yeah, let's go to 4-star prospects. Let's try to see if there's anybody we can find with no scholarship offers that, yeah, like this free safety. Take a look at this guy, 212, 6'2", 198. No one's going after him. Tight end as well. Let's throw this free safety on the board. I don't know why I'm speaking quietly. Let's see if there's anybody else. Man, I like that. Yeah, all right, let's go after this free safety. I'd like to go after that tight end too. We might drop some other players depending on what our... Let's go back to the recruiting board. Let's offer him a scholarship first of all. Let's go ahead and throw 50 points on him. Would love to get this guy. We are 3rd for this athlete, so we actually jumped up a pretty good bit, but we need it's going to be tough sledding. So let's put 50 on him. We're in the top 5 for this guy. We'll put 50 on him. Right guard, what are we looking at here? Oh man, let's just put 10. Running back. This is going to be tough, y'all. It's going to be tough. Let's throw 10 there. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and throw 10 on everybody. And then we'll try to backtrack. But actually, let's sort it by interest status. I want to make sure all the people that I have first or that have me first have 10 points. And scouting is just going to have to take backseat. See, that's the problem is you can't scout a whole lot because you've got to pour points into people. So you have to scout it's got to be really limited. I'm going to just throw 5 on this guy since he's a bust. Throw 10 on him. Try to balance this recruiting out a little bit. Okay, tight end, we do need that. Let me go to the DBs because we just need so many DBs. Let's go to these corners here. Make sure all of them get at least 10 points. I'm doing 10 for every player. That means we have 10 more players we can throw points on. Let's go to these free safeties. This guy's a gem. I would love to get him, and he's got us first too. Strong safety. Defensive line was another critical position, so I'm trying to put points on all those guys as well. Let's go over here to defensive end. Yeah. Marvin Gooch. What a name. What a name. Spielman. Okay. Yeah, recruiting is going to be really interesting with a team like this. Now, there was a pretty big wide receiver, I think, that I take a look at these athletes. We're good there. Athletes are getting recruited enough. Quarterbacks are getting recruited. Good to see. Running backs got some points on them. Let's take a look at these wide receivers. They all got points on them. Tight end does. Offensive tackles. Now, geez, we need a ton of offensive linemen as well. All right, let's see. This guy's huge. This guy's already this guy's got his first here, so it's just... Let's take a look at the overview here. We're leading on him. We're good there. That one's going to be tough. Okay, let's... 1, 2, 3, 4 people. I'm just looking at the competition here. We got several players, You know, like this guy, we should be all right. We're the only people going after him right now. That's not too much competition for now. This one is one that we're gonna struggle with, probably that 4-star. But man, I sure would like to. Let me throw 5 more points on him. Okay, this guy's almost. Let's go back to our tackles. And let's throw 5 points on this guy. Okay. So that's going to have to do right now. You know, I throw 50 on those 5-stars, but I'll tell you what, if I see that I'm just not making a lot of headway, I'll drop them because I can't waste too much time on those guys. Make sure no one is ready for a visit. This guy hadn't even gotten a scholarship offer, so let's go back to this guy. Let's take these 5 points off. Let's go back to this kid here. Let's give him a scholarship. And that way everybody's got a scholarship offer. Okay. So we are good in week 0. Okay. So week 0 is done. We're going to select ready to advance. And we're ready to go. So let's take a look at the top stories. We got Florida State and Georgia Tech. Let's get it started. Georgia Tech and Florida State ready to kick off conference play in Dublin. Pretty cool that it mentions that. That's actually in real life. That's coming up very soon. And then, of course, your top 25 rankings. So, okay, with that being said, we are done with week 0 and we are done with preseason. So, hopefully recruiting goes well. Man, it's going to be really tough to recruit. We have some really good players that I would like to get. I tried to just balance it all out because we have so many recruits on the board. I know some people don't like to put 35 on there and kind of balance it out, but I like to spread it out a little bit and then narrow it down as the season goes on. We also have the transfer portal we can lean on as well. So with that being said, that should be it for the first video. This is kind of how I'm going to do it. I'm not going to do a ton of editing, so I appreciate you supporting this. Please follow me on Twitter and follow me on Twitch. You can also subscribe to me on YouTube as well. Follow me on Instagram. I'm on all of the socials, TikTok as well. I tend to put out a ton of highlight videos. That's something I like to do. But what I'm trying to do in this video is put out long-form content. So this is the first video in this online Dynasty rebuild with UNLV. Hopefully we have a game next week in week 1. So that will be the next video that we upload. So we'll do our recruiting in the next video, and we will play our game against our opponent. So looking forward to that. And then I'll do a little pre-game prep for the team that we're going to play, take a look at some stuff there so we can do a little bit of scouting. So that should be a little kind of fun. But anyways, appreciate you stopping by. Again, follow me on Twitch and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I appreciate your support. Thank you so much. And I look forward to talking to you guys soon in the next video. Have a great night or day, whatever time it is, and I will see you soon.